Alright guys, today we're here to talk about a game on the Nintendo Switch called WindJammers 2. Now, this is a game that I've been really looking forward to because it is a game that I have actually played a lot of the original. The original was a 90s arcade game, it's on MAME and all that stuff, and I've been playing it like crazy on my arcade machines that I have here at home, and I've been loving every minute of it. And as soon as this sequel got announced, I was really heavily invested in being like, I can't wait for this to come out. And it's been delayed a couple of times, so I've been really looking forward to it. And then they showed off a trailer. It definitely keeps the same art style of the original, but like of the style, but brings it up to current standards. And they had the graphics nailed down, they had the art style nailed down. It was going to have online play, of course, which I never had before, so I can actually play this game more often. And then it was coming on the Switch and consoles, and I was excited for that because then I could bring the Switch anywhere and I could play this game anytime I wanted. So today is finally that day, and Windjammers 2 is here. It has been released on the consoles and on the Nintendo Switch as well, which I'm really excited about. And we're going to be taking a look at the Switch version here today, tell you guys what's a little bit different from that in the console version, and also just go over and how much fun this game is actually to play that I wanted to show you guys. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so here we are to talk about Windjammers 2 on the Nintendo Switch. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a really big fan of the arcade game, the original game. I played on my main machine that I have over there, and I played on my Neo Geo machine that I have over there. I love Windjammers, and as soon as the sequel got announced, I was really excited to see, if we can finally get a Windjammers on a console so I can play this anywhere instead of just my arcade machine, if we can get online play, and all that other sort of stuff that comes with the new game. And obviously we did, and I'm really excited to show it to you guys here. For those of you guys who have never heard of this game, or maybe this game needs more attention from you guys, or you want to see what it's played like. So you can see here at the main menu, we have a few different options. You of course have online play, where you can rank up to go up against the world, which is really cool. Then there's an arcade mode where you basically just go sequentially through, players that you're playing against and trying to beat them to last as long as possible to get to the end. And then there's versus where you can play against local players, of course. You can see you can play against the computer or against a person, of course. And then there is the how to play and then these settings. So take a look at the settings. You got some online settings that you can adjust. You can adjust some of your controller settings and the game settings as well, just the music and the volume. Before we get into how to play, I will tell you guys that this game looks simple and it's really easy to play, but it's a hard game to master. That's basically what this game is described as, because when you look at a game like this, you think it's really simple. You're looking at it, it's obviously a very basic game. So you can see here, it just says, you move, and you can slide. You can slide from LB and pressing that to slide, and that's all you need to do. And then there's the jumping mechanics. You can jump in the game. There's a straight shot, so you can throw the frisbee. To give you a little bit of background, the idea is that you're both on one side of a level, and you're throwing a frisbee back and forth, trying to score points behind you, which you guys will obviously see in a minute. But I wanted to at least give you guys some introduction for those of you guys who have never played this before. Then you could do lob shots, you can do curve shots, you can toss the ball, you can smash it if you want to, you can do a drop shot to catch your opponent off guard, you can slap the ball back, to just kind of slap it in a direction. And then you can power toss it once your meter gets all the way to max, like you see there in yellow. Once you're at max, you basically do a special in a sense. And then you can power the disc that way. You can charge as well when you stand underneath the disc, because the disc is popped up in the air and you stand underneath it. You can power through it. You can do a custom shot. You can do a super lob when you're fully charged. And you can do a super spin shot when you're fully charged. So there's a lot going on in the game that meets the eye when you guys are about to see the gameplay. But people who are really good at this game are really good. I fall somewhere in the middle. I think I'm good enough, but I'm definitely not the most skilled person in the world when it comes to this game. So again, as usual, if you guys are coming here to see skill, you're at the wrong channel here. But hopefully you guys will get an idea of what the gameplay is like. If you need to do reversals and stuff, just after catching a super shot from an opponent, you can reverse it by doing that reversal at the exact same time. So a lot to dive into. So let's go ahead and start off with an arcade mode first. Or actually just straight up a versus mode, so we can play against the computer here. So you can see you can set the time on how long you want the set to last. You can set how many points you need to get. You can set the winning sets that you need, the CPU level, and that goes from 1 all the way to, looks like 8. We're going to just leave it at 3 for now, and we'll hit OK. And these are all the champions. You can see that they all have their own special, bar. So Some person might be faster than another, one person has more power than the other. I usually pick my boy Miller over here. He seems to be the one that I keep going with. And we'll just play her. What's really cool is that they added arenas in this game, and the arenas actually do affect some gameplay. So some of the arenas have things in the middle that the ball may bounce off of, or the scores are a little bit different, which you'll see a couple of them as I go through the video. Let's start off with the regular one that a lot of people like to play in, which is the beach. And we'll just leave that as is. Now you can see when the match starts, you can see 5 points if you hit in the middle and 3 points on the outer sides. You can see I start with the ball, or not with the ball, with the frisbee, and then that was a great way to start. Wasn't paying attention at all. There's my skills being shown. So let's try to do this again. You can see I tried to flick it at her, got her there with the 5 points around her. She's throwing it to me, and that can go ahead and just throw that right back because I was underneath it and caught it. That was not exactly the greatest thing for her to do. Looks like the computer's not very good when they're on level 3 here, as we can see. And we're charging up there because I blocked the shot and then was able to catch it in the air. And you can see we get our 3 points and we hit over 15, so that is set 1 for us. Bear in mind how easy this is because we're on level 3 out of 8. This is what you play when you're learning the game and stuff, so don't get it twisted. This game is hard. I'll even show you guys an online match so you guys can see. Here's a special. Almost unblockable unless you time it perfectly when you do a special like that with the bar that I just did. Here's another block for me that I was able to scoop up. Look at the 3 points there. And I accidentally dove right out of the way for that, so that was a big 5 points. And we probably won the match there. Yeah, we did. Oh, sorry, it's up to 15. That's 12. Right around her for the match win for 5 points. 2 sets. So that gives you an idea. You're obviously on the board and you're trying to pass this frisbee. You're trying to score points behind you. That's the very basic nature of it. But like I said, there's a lot to the game that you can learn and dive into. You might have the basics down where you can have a lot of fun with the game, play really competitively with your friends. But there's a lot to the game when you start getting into the nitty-gritty. So let's go ahead and show you guys an online match. Don't be surprised if I get killed here. Just to show you guys how much fun it is. So you can play with your friends. You have your online stats. So you can see that I had played 5 and won 1. So my win ratio is 20%. So congratulations to me on playing. So I haven't played that much online. I've been playing more offline. I've only played 5 matches, but you can see I've won 1. So that's good. You can see leaderboards. Now, the only thing with the Switch version that is unfortunate, that is different than all the other ones, as you can see online players, there's 6. And the only thing unfortunate with the Switch version, at least right now, is that there's no crossplay. So like if you play on Xbox or if you play on PC and stuff, you all play in the same pool. So when you're playing online, there's more people to play with because obviously it's cross-play with everyone. On the Nintendo Switch, unfortunately, it's not. Hopefully that's something that's changed, so you're only playing with Switch players. So that's the only unfortunate negative on this. I hope that that's something that maybe they do later on. I'm just going to go ahead and hit quick match and look for an opponent like that. But we did find an online match here on set 2, so let's go ahead and see what we do here. We did get 3 points there with our little special. 3-3. I don't know how I missed that going right by me. Like I said, I'm still trying to learn this game. There's a lot of variety and stuff and a lot to learn. And I just gave him a really good shot. That was terrible. Not good, not a good showcase for me. But at least you guys get to see some gameplay. Oh boy, I gave him a super shot. Oh, I was able to block that, and then I give it right back to him right in front of him. Not great. Not great at all. So what's cool is that after the game actually ends like this, in an online match, you can actually decide if you want to play again. You either move up or you move down. In your levels, you can see he moved up. You can hit continue, or you can just hit countdown like I'm going to do, and get a game over, and then we can, obviously go in there and play another match, or find someone else like we're going to do here. So show you guys another gameplay video of somebody else online. And here we are at our next match here online that we found. Looks like we get to pick this time where we're going to actually play. Let's go ahead and do the rooftop here. Different one that you guys have seen, so you guys can get a variety of looks on some of these. Don't be surprised if we get our asses kicked again. So you can see that thing in the middle. If you hit it off there, see how it goes off of there like that. So it's kind of adds a little bit of a barrier. And now the 5 points are on the corners. So you can see that this level also changes up what you have to protect, because now the corners with my nice little spin shot there. Oh no. Will actually be something to watch out for. Damn it. These 10 shots are big. Didn't do well, didn't do well. Really thought that was going to hit off the edge there, and I was going to be able to get that back. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a corner. There we go. We needed that. Can't believe that just bounced around 5 times. I'm telling you, it adds a lot of unpredictability to the game. Yeah. Right off of that corner. That was a quick game. I'm actually going to show you guys one more just because that was so fast. Like I said, you guys didn't come here for skill. You came here to just see what the gameplay was like so I could show you guys how much fun this game is. Even though I'm not winning here, I'm going to switch up and go with her. Even though I'm not winning here per se, I'm having a really fun time playing the game. Like I said, this game is so much fun in the arcades. And it's a game that I actually play the original WindJammers on the arcade when friends are over all the time. And now I have it portably on the Switch or on Xbox if I want to play it on there. I believe it's on Game Pass on there actually. So a lot of different options. Gauntlet with 3. So you can see this one, the 5's only in the middle. The 3's are back there. Got me with that 3 there. I was blocking the 5. Damn it, he got me with another 3. He loves going to those corners, and I still don't learn, apparently. Tried to dive towards that, still missed. The misses on this map are 4 too. Some of the misses on other maps are less. At least we got 8 there. Wasn't able to block that. There we go with that nice little ricochet to tie it up. Of course he's going to use his special because I can't do anything about it, and he's going to win that round. He was waiting for that the whole time. I just realized I had my special. I could win for the defense, but I wasn't even noticing what I was doing. And he still blocked that too. Alright, I'll take those 3. Not good, not good. I keep trying to ricochet off of it, but instead of ricocheting, it just bounces and pops up, which is obviously a lot easier for him to catch. Like that's obviously, as I mentioned before, I'm not that great at the game. I just have a lot of fun playing it. I was able to save that with my power, see how that's special, and he still got that, which is just insane. Was able to get that 5 around him though after he messed up his. Now he's got his special, so it's probably a wrap. Oh, he messed it up. No! Ah, man. We were in there at the end with that nice little ending there. But yeah, that gives you guys a good idea of at least what the gameplay is like. Maybe not the skill that you need to actually compete against online, which is why you saw I have 1 win. But a lot of fun, especially to play with your friends. That's how I'll mostly be playing it, because my friends are not as good as all these people online who have probably been playing this game for years. But I'll keep playing online. I'll keep playing against the computer, and I have a blast playing this. Even if I'm getting my ass kicked online, I love coming into the Switch. When I turn it on, it's one of those games I look on the Switch and I'm like, all right, I'm going to play a couple of rounds. This is kind of like when I play VR games. And I'm like, oh, even though I'm going to play this game in VR today, let me just have a quick couple of rounds of 11 table tennis. So that's kind of how I feel this game is, where 11 table tennis is the game in VR that I go to and play a couple of matches real quick because it's such a quick game to get into. That this is that game for me. I love coming into this game and be like, hey, it's going to take 2 minutes to find someone. I pop in, get on the Switch or on the Xbox or wherever I want to play this game. Play a round or 2 that's like literally like 2 minutes long or less. Probably get my ass kicked and then come out and then you know, be on my way to the actual game I'm going to play for the night. So this is that kind of rotation of a game for me. Having so much fun. I can't wait to have more friends over to play this one, and I think it's definitely one you guys should definitely check out if you've never heard of it. I'd be surprised if you haven't, considering the original arcade version, but they did a really good job adding some features and the characters and the levels and stuff to the game, and having, of course, online play for the first time is all fantastic. The graphics really well done, and having a blast with this one on the Nintendo Switch, and I urge you guys to check this one out. So if you guys have any questions about what you guys saw in today's video, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Until next time.